pick their support, right? They have to pick something a little bit adventurous because a lot of support bans have come through. And at that point, PP God should be able to find a very, very strong compositional answer, as well as a very, very strong lane answer. The Gwen comes through 4 cubes, so we know what that's going to do. It's a very strong side lane presence, and we know that also the Lonk has a very strong side lane presence, so expect WE to lean into that. Will they just blind pick the Braum? I mean, it's a bold strategy, because you can very easily get, you know, you can get Enchanted on. There are still a couple up that would make your life pretty miserable here. And then it could give, again, OMG a lot of priority. Blind Janna? I don't mind it. I actually don't mind it here. Okay. Now, the only issue is Blitzcrank exists. So that could suck for the lane. But, you know, I think now at this point, yeah, you do run the risk of basically getting run over in the early stages. But if they can get out of those early stages, Janna's going to be able to reset these fights excellently.
We've seen him whip it out once before in this split already, but also he is a decently proficient Janna player himself for Iwandi with a plus 70% win rate. Not too shabby. The Blitzcrank, always a threat though, and OMG have a composition I feel like they can play around a little bit more, and it's a little bit more of that pick-centric style we saw from game 1.
Yeah, definitely is, and as is with every Blitzcrank game, and I'll say it every single time, it can either be incredibly useless.
Your angle or your devil.
Your angle. Yeah, exactly. And
get it,
all
angle,
it takes.
rocket.
I know.
Oh.
I got it, Mazel. Don't worry. All right, I promise. I heard it. It was funny.
It has to sink deep. All right, you know when puns hit that deep, it's got to sink.
I know. By the way, let that sink in. But you know, all it takes is one hook. So I think OMG, even if they don't snowball the early game, still have a lot of those strong pick tools to potentially really break the game open. But I like where WE have gone with their composition as well. Angling over towards the Janna instead, more 1-3-1. And this is actually the kind of composition where, because it's just the Vi and the Blitz, you really might have to overforce to actually find an angle. And if WE are able to get their solo laners online and into a spot where they're comfortable to side lane, I think it's going to be very difficult for OMG to have K'Sante and the Annie actually answer out those solo lanes on the opposite end.
Aki says,
LPL.
let's go top lane. Cube doesn't have mana, and he stops the back, which might have just sealed his fate here without a Yone in the game. Maybe Aki is just trying to represent. One more hit, and under tower, Aki's going to get chased. Oh my goodness, and the vault breaker. All right, first blood for OMG. He gets extremely low. Nobody's here to punish him, so he'll back off.
Yeah, Cube literally had 0 mana, but just about had enough for one more hit, skip and slash away.
All right, your answer, good sir.
Yeah, it's great. I almost walked out of a cowboy hat.
You should have. What?
I should have.
You
I know.
Thought about it and didn't do it. I'm ashamed.
Because I couldn't get it back to London
by yourself. You could put it in.
I might have to
put it in.
Look, there you go.
If Cube would have had a cowboy hat, maybe he would have survived.
Yeah, maybe, who knows? I don't know, man. There's 5 members there. I don't know what defensive stats a cowboy hat would give in League of Legends, but I don't know if it stops you from dying to 5
mine's downstairs.
members.
I would have to go look. I don't got time for that. We got to get this game, so I get to use the easy cop out. But it actually was a huge come up for OMG. I know we didn't talk about it too much, but so far they've actually garnered a pretty big lead early on for themselves. A much different situation than last game where it was very scrappy against WE.
He's slandering me 24/7.
Oh no. Oh, you know he's getting slandered as WE as they get caught in a bit of a trap. Oh, I no! He can't do it though. He got Hope coming over the edge, and now Shakes with a little bit of poke down on Cream. This is actually turning around. Hope's turn it up too. The man has 37% of his damage done to his team for his team, and he's looking for more kills. Could that just be an entire lead going the way of Hope, at least for WE, even if holistically they don't have an advantage?
It's just how it feels as we walk into this replay, and it's WE just, you know, poking, prodding, jesting for a little bit of vision, not expecting a Blitzcrank and a Vi in the wall, and so much disengage comes through between the steadfast presence and the knockups and the knockbacks. Eventually Iwandi does die. The blast cone makes things even more chaotic. Cream almost gets solo killed on the bottom side, but what it does do is also open up for Hope to find 2 kills as Abel picks up Hung. And it's just a big mess, Mazel. It's just everything is dying. Everyone is. And Mazel, guess what? To underline the story of it all, no one died. So we're back at it again, baby.
Yeehaw!
I mean, yeah, look, OMG will still get this Herald, and we'll see where they decide to use it, right? That top tier 1, very low if they want the gold, but I think mid lane, right? Just structure damage, super important.
You thought.
I say that they're getting
Jamada.
it, but WE, they're contesting, they want to fight!
Shakes. Oh, somebody was so close to taking that, but it is indeed OMG that secure the Rift Herald. But everyone from WE has showed up. OMG with that securation, trying to get out of this pit, but they can't do it. Shanji, big stun from Cream on the backside. That's huge. Oh no, Shanji gets baited, and the tornadoes have swept up the top lane of OMG. And nothing happens. But speaking of, maybe Hope trying to make sure nothing happens. No, Buster shot enough. Solo Bolo to the genius ADC in ABL.
When a game is quiet, you can always expect Abel to look for an angle, always. And he finds it onto Hope here. No summoner spells available for both AD carries, but that's always going to benefit the side of Abel because, you know, Tristana kind of works doubly as an assassin sometimes for those single target moments. Cream going to face check here into okay, he's missed his Tibbers. That's unlucky, but we'll just be able to walk out, regenerate it, and still get some lane push back in a second as the replay. Hope dashed forward to clear the wave. And now just the window. That's all that Abel needed to pick him up. Kind of unfortunate for Hope. Just wasn't expecting Abel to still be around in the area. And I feel like the WE, if they let this one go, it's not the end of the world. And they can hit 2 items, and they're in a super comfortable
spot. There are double
OMG
TPs coming down.
OMG
are on both sides here of the mid lane. But they're just trying to lock him down. And guess what? Cream over the wall sets it up and gets the kill on Iwandi. And now Hope popped that lightning crash trying to get away. OMG looking like a fury right now in game 2. Cubes in the side lane trying to get something back for WE.
Dude, I think Aki hasn't seen a Janna in so long that he forgot how quickly that champion dies because Cream literally just dropped this whole combo on Iwandi and it died. Can Shanji cancel this recall? He can!
I think he actually might win this one too. He might try to go for a little bit of a fight here. All out used, and PP God's here as well. Since it's 2v1, that cube will not survive. It's actually PP God that gets the kill in the end.
Baron?
Ooh, this is a Baron startup now. OMG are trying to set the tempo. WE a bit really. Do see it now with that Ultra Shock laser. PP God misses the Everfrost. The Baron's just going down, but it's a front to back here for WE. They're going to TP in both sides, trying to take this fight. The lightning crash is big, but it's still sync and assist here maybe for OMG going down. Aki getting out with a flash, getting out with a dash, and that's so big. Cube still goes down. It's a knockback into the wall here, but it's still a firing away Hope who finally gets taken down, and you've got Shanji standing in the middle of it all with a double kill.
My goodness me, that was a heist and a half from OMG. Not only did they get the Baron, that's not the heist part. Walking out with almost a majority of the people in that play is crazy. Shanks should be fine, right? I think the mobility here should save him, and Shanji shouldn't have enough damage. There you go, but there's still a base break. Maybe even an inhibitor just because the death time is too long. Yeah, man. OMG just found their way into this game after what has been definitely a bit of a slow burn.
Wanda's trying to keep Abel nearby so Shanks can get here. This is not going to be enough time as PP God's coming out as well. A really good capitalization by OMG.
Very, very good capitalization indeed. I mean, really good job from PP God to ensure Hung has no way of getting into the pit. But from this point, it's just carnage, just mayhem. There's CC going left, right, and center. Arky goes to Narnia with his ultimate with no follow-up. Cube is here and he assassinates PP God on the back line. And I think the fact that Aki is able to buy so much time and WE are so focused on killing him, it means that no one's actually over here dealing with Abel, finishing off Cream for a really long time, or killing Shanji on the front line. Dude. So it's a bit too disjointed from WE, and it enables OMG, and specifically Abel, to just get off all of this damage while Shanji tanks up the rest.
Shanji was so OP in that one. He actually used the Unstoppable to block Shanks as he came in to do damage onto Abel. and during that whole fight was subjected to a lot of pain, but was able to put through. Then we see coming back to life, Hung is already caught out, and the snowball has hit WE. This could be their first game loss of Summer Split if it continues to go OMG's way.
Yeah, and it's looking like it could be. OMG very quickly snowballing this game. Iwandi forced the flash.
Shanks, what are you gonna do, bud? He's just sitting back there. He watched the tower go down. He might be able to try to get the stacked minion wave to get knocked down, but he still hasn't budged an inch, and they're losing their in-hit towers. So at some point, you got to go in, and it's just going to be way too late.
Well, Cube did go in. He just never came back out.
He got put there. I don't know if he went in. He got put in.
Yeah, you know, like
that's like saying when you're making
the same result, right? Like, you know, it's all the same thing by the end of it.
All right, well, OMG, just like that, are about to win this game. A huge bomb, and now WE on the verge and going to OMG take game 2 from WE and ended their first loss of Summer Split.
WE, I guess they can bleed in the end. Who would have thought? OMG find a bit of stability in this game. Who would have thought? It did take a while. The win streak has been quelled, unfortunately.